Alright. Buenos noches, YouTube. Welcome to the Witching Hours, where we do the Witcher 3 and stream it and play it, where I play it. This is a game that I fell off of many moons ago and was encouraged to come back and try it out and got way better at it and have been enjoying the hell out of it. Especially now that we have the next gen update. But I'm not doing it alone. I'm here with my confidant, my coach, my guide, the person that encouraged me to do it, Daisy. How you doing, Daisy?
Okay tonight, Petey. How are you?
I'm doing all right. We're here to do some witching. So while you're here, you're watching over there on the YouTube, go ahead and hit the like, the subscribe, throw in a comment, your thoughts on when I should put away these cards from the last episode of Tank. Probably immediately, imagine. I gotta get more sleeves, but yeah, do all those things. There's also a bell, I think, and all the things. But that being said, we're here. We're hanging out. Daisy, I have a new of all the games that I'm starting to get hooked on now.
Mm-hmm.
I started playing, and I did it on stream. I did a stream of it. Started playing a free-to-play Korean Mario Kart. I don't know why I call it rip-off, but Mario Kart-like called Kart Rider Drift. It's super free-to-play, and it has a racing pass, aka a battle pass, and everything. And but it's actually pretty fun. So now I'm like, I'm gonna start doing the daily challenges. I'm gonna start doing, and then because it's just a fun free to play kart game. It's like Mario Kart, and it has the item mode, which is basically Mario Kart where there's items and you do stuff like that, or there's just a simple speed mode where there's no items. You just try to go fast. And it's there's also you can. And it has matchmaking. It has automatic matchmaking because it's a Korean game. It's definitely meant to be played in the internet cafes, the PC bongs. So you're supposed, you go to the PC bong, you're paying for your seat, and you log into your Kart Rider game, for your thing, and you just play. And it's set up for matchmaking. So they have pretty robust matchmaking in there, and you can do solo, you can do duos, you can do squads of 4 of the different race types, and it's pretty fun. It's pretty fun little game for being free to play. Obviously it still has all the free to play trappings, and there's going to be seasons and all that stuff, but it's fun.
I was trying to see if I could get some gameplay up here.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that looks very Mario Kart like.
Yeah, it's
Huh.
And it's you have all these different characters, and it definitely feels a lot different. And in the drift is very different on the controls. The feels of the cars are tighter on this game, and but they do a clever thing. They do offer either their original control scheme, which is accelerate and brake on triggers, and use item on A and things like that. But they also offer you the kart mode, the alternate mode, which is literally just the Mario Kart control scheme, which is it's accelerate on B, not A. Because it's almost it's accelerate on where A would be on a Nintendo controller.
Oh.
So it's so for your literal muscle memory of playing, if you play Mario Kart, it's hey, here's the control scheme literally mapped out to where your muscle memory assumes it is. So items on the shoulders and drifting is there too, and
yeah,
it's fun. It's cool.
Okay.
That's
well, I'm glad you're having fun with that.
Yeah, it's a fun little game. Yeah. What's been going on? What's the latest with you?
So did I tell you I beat Stray?
No, I hadn't heard that. I gotta buy Stray.
Okay, yeah. So I took advantage of the Steam end of year sale and got like 5 new games. So I beat Stray last weekend, or maybe it's during the middle of the week. I don't remember what it was. Maybe it was D&D night that we canceled.
Yeah, maybe
is what it was. And then I told Brett afterwards. I was like, I beat Stray. I beat Stray, and he said there are 2 people who play Stray. There are those who love Stray, and there are those who beat Stray. And I am still on the I beat Stray boat.
Yes. Nice.
As a cat lover and someone who's very much into like story driven games, I was disappointed.
Oh.
I'll leave it at that. Everyone has their own experience. If they made a sequel, I'd probably play it. Let's be real. It's a cat.
Yeah.
It was pretty cute. So I did that, and then I was like, you know what? I don't want to play any more puzzle games right now because my brain is just like a mess right now. Like with all the work stuff and all these problems I'm trying to solve, and you can't just Google these problems. I'm like, okay, let me do an RPG. So I started playing Ghost of a Tale, where you're the little mouse and you're running around like trying to escape this jail to find your wife.
Yeah.
And I played almost 3 hours of this game over the course of 2 days, and I'm like, I can't do it. I just can't get into this game. And then I started like kind of looking ahead at the walkthrough, and I'm pretty sure you spend the entire game just trying to get out of jail. And I'm like, I can't sneak this much. I'm just not into this right now.
Yeah.
Like, maybe one day I'll go back to it when I'm in the right mood.
Yeah.
I'm like, I can't. It's kind of like a Metroidvania style, right? You gotta like collect things, go back to like different areas, sneak past the same guards. So I was just like, fuck it. I'm gonna play Witcher 3.
Yes.
I'm gonna download the next gen update. I get that. I'll play through the quest. And I got a slightly different ending than you did. I got it to where the priest didn't get murdered. So he opened that place back up for the sick was his goal. So I don't know, like if you go back one day and he'll be there.
Yeah.
And then I just started finishing up Gwent quests because there's a couple with Toussaint, I think they're all located. But then like in order to beat those, I was like, you know what? I need a stronger monster deck. I'm gonna go back and start playing people in Gwent to get their cards that I missed.
Yeah.
And then that's basically what I've done the last 3 days. Just play Gwent.
Yeah. I'm glad I opened. I'm glad I was. I want to play more Gwent. I want to play more of this stuff. I'm gonna say in the middle of that, I was looking at a Steam page, and I'm not gonna put it over onto your screen just for reasons. But I looked down at the at what was new and trending. I'll put it now because I went back and I'll put it on the screen.
A brothel simulator?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
What?
So I was looking at new and trending, and I'm like, oh, yeah, fine. It's like brothel simulator. And I opened it. It auto plays a video. Immediate hardcore pornography. Immediate penetration all the way.
Whoa.
All the way. You are welcome to check on your Steam if you feel like, hey, we're all adults here. But just to give you a warning, just immediate hardcore pornography. Like it's just
wow.
From the get-go, there is thing going in hoo-ha.
Wow.
In 3D by 3D models, and it was just like I had that moment. You were telling the last end of your story, and I was in the middle of listening to you while recovering from that. I'm like,
okay.
I was like, yes, Gwent.
Gwent. Oh my gosh! So I made a huge discovery while playing Gwent, and I
Uh-huh.
feel so stupid.
Yep.
You know when you start a game of Gwent and it's like redraw 2 cards.
Yeah.
Did you know you don't have to redraw any cards?
I think we forget about it. I think we
Okay.
did that. Like, but I mean, you're on the wrong monitor. What the hell are you doing over there? Why is it on
Get
my
out of
vertical
there.
monitor? The game is like just launched
Oh,
on my vertical monitor for some
that's
for
the
God knows
worst.
what. Wait, I didn't.
I can hear it.
Yeah, it's over there.
It's like, get out of there. So yeah, because I discovered that when I was like, well, there's one I definitely want to redraw, but I'm really happy with my hand.
Yeah.
And then I looked at I was like, surely there's maybe there's a way to cheat this. And I was like, all right, worst case scenario, I hit the B button because it said cancel or something like that. And I was like, it's not clear. So worst case scenario, it just like cancels the, I don't know, something.
Yeah.
And then I looked at my hand and I was like, wait, I only had to redraw one. Like, wait, what? This is great.
Okay.
And then I built a really good monster deck.
Nice.
Where, oh my god, I've probably played like, let's say 30 rounds of Gwent. And I lost 2.
Nice.
With this deck. And I just kind of used the same strategy every time. So it got to the point where I was like, this is just becoming robotic.
Yeah.
And it's like, am I still having fun with this? Do I need to try a different strategy? Like, I felt like I was cheating the system.
Yeah.
I was like, no, I earned this.
Yeah. Yes, you earned it. You earned those ass whoopings.
And it was still like some of the battles, right? The Gwent challenges. It's still difficult with the people where it like, you know, I would lose a round and it was like, man, that worked the other 6 times in a row. Yeah. So I'll just see what happens here. And, you know, usually I would end up coming back. But, man, the monsters deck, when you start, what I did was I started, like, stacking the duplicates where, like, let's say you play 1 vampire and it automatically pulls out all the other vampires in your deck.
Yeah.
So it was like, take advantage of all of those. Anything that was worth less than 5 points, I took it out of my deck.
Yeah.
So I had like the minimal amount of like unit cards I had to have to even play. And then I put in like 1 sunshine card, and I always used the leader card that said like you pull out any weather card from your deck. Well, that's the only weather card I had in my deck.
Yeah.
And I would keep that as like my back pocket. So whenever I drew that initially, I was like, oh, well, let me just redraw that weather card.
Yeah.
Because I can use the ability. The only time that didn't work was when I was with an opponent where their leader ability canceled mine.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, well, if that happens again, and usually those are the ones that I lost, because I needed that clear weather as my back pocket winner.
Yeah.
But yeah, clear weather, 2 horn dudes to multiply all of those duplicate monster cards, right?
Yeah.
Oh my god, beautiful strategy. It was great.
Yeah.
But yeah, I had 1 spy, 1 healer. Lucky to even get 1.
In Blood and Wine, you can undergo additional Witcher mutations to unlock new abilities. Soon you will run into a messenger who will deliver a very interesting letter. Read it and investigate the story of Professor Moreau. Say a master craftsman lives in Toussaint, who can craft Witcher gear of unequaled quality. What's more, you receive special bonuses for wearing all or part of a set. You will not regret investigating these new options.
Nice. And I can guarantee this Grandmaster armor is going to be better than your Netflix armor.
Yes. I look forward to it.
I'm speaking from experience, where I went back and I got it, and I was like, aw, I can't even use it because it's so much worse.
You went back and you got your Netflix armor?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like...
all of that. That was great.
I guess that's probably the point where you go do it. Well, I guess that doesn't make sense for a New Game Plus, but yes, I was thinking New Game Plus would be a fun thing to do, but yeah, you still like the better armor.
Yeah. That's what I thought. I was like, oh, you know, if I ever...
Can't get used to the way you knights talk, especially how you
play it
switch back
again.
and forth
Yeah.
between
I don't think I will, but
well,
we'll see.
you're normal.
Something. I don't know, maybe not like immediately, but like maybe in a couple years. Like,
I'm interested in the remastered.
Yeah.
One. Like, aren't they remastering Witcher 1 and 2?
Not so fast, Roach.
Did I just kill that wolf? That dog? Did I just run over that dog? No!
Run, Roach.
Oh my god!
I didn't mean to run over the doggy.
Oh. Okay, you know, we'll just pretend like that didn't happen. Or if it's gonna haunt you, Petey, you can always restart. You can reload if you needed to, but we'll just pretend like that. Maybe he was already dead.
Yeah,
That was strange.
Weird. I was just hopping. I was just trotting along. All here is what?
No.
Alright, moving forward.
Oh, see, so last time we left off, you had just started Blood and Wine, and you beat the Beast of Toussaint quest.
Which is, this guy. Well, I started the Beast of Toussaint quest. I beat this guy.
Sorry, yeah.
Beat the dude with the bucket head.
Beat the whole thing.
Let's look around. Make sure they didn't miss anything.
Oh.
Hobnailed boots, multiple sets of prints. Ducal guard, clearly. Let's see where they went.
No, I remember we talked about how you were going to temporarily start up your Game Pass again. I remember that.
Yes.
Can you double check if Mass Effect Legendary Edition is on Game Pass?
Yes.
Got guests. Careful.
Check.
Oh, those are gnarly. Ow!
Oh my gosh.
Hey, I'm in the middle of casting a sign. How dare you interrupt me casting a sign? Ow!
Gross, man.
Oh, they
cool,
explode.
yeah.
They're like those guys.
Yeah. Oh, watch your health.
Get out here. Get out of there, buddy.
Shit. There we go.
Oh, and they're
Yeah.
they have oh.
Jeez. Hey. Ugh.
Damn.
Oh,
Gross.
like grenades. They have shrapnel. Wait.
Coming soon to Game Pass. Mass Effect Legendary Edition. When was this posted, though?
Cause is it on? Oh, I would say is it on EA Play? I don't think it is. I guess by definition it would say that.
No,
Oh,
I'm
it's on
pretty
Game Pass.
sure it's on Game Pass. That article was from a year ago.
Okay, yeah. Yeah. 'Cause I
Yeah.
really certain I also. Oh, I'm trying to think if I own it.
Oh my gosh.
By the smell of blood.
No, I have it. I played it because of Game Pass. I think I own it. I'm thinking where I bought it, but I think I bought it on Steam. Like I pre-ordered it on Steam, but then I didn't realize it was going to be on Game Pass. I still don't regret it, but
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Yeah, 'cause if you buy it on Steam, you own it.
yeah, well, theoretically.
Yeah,
Until
theoretically.
they change the rules.
Yeah.
I theoretically own it.
Anything taken by the current ends up in these shallows.
Yes, the stench is fierce.
Gross.
Yeah, because once we finish up officially,
Blood. Guardsmen pulled these nets out of the water,
then
cut
we
the
can
mutilated
start
body free.
your first experience with Mass Effect.
Gonna dive
Oh
in.
my
We'll do
gosh,
that
yeah.
stream.
Didn't miss anything.
Never played.
Look at the rut. Guardsmen left this site by boat recently, probably to transport the body somewhere.
Is that it underwater?
Guardsman boots.
That's
Okay.
one thing. Oh,
Linen. Okay. Hey,
what
who's
the?
dragging me down? Oh. Or am I dragging myself down?
Yeah, I don't know. That was weird.
A wooden spoon.
Okay. Ah.
Handkerchiefs, DLC.
Oh my gosh. Carol went the wrong way.
Surface.
You need. Yeah.
Okay.
And then check out all the weird little. Yeah, it's like, are those nets to catch stuff? Do people tie it to it?
A handkerchief.
DLC. That's funny.
Uh,
You know they did that on purpose.
oh yeah.
Okay, so I have this feeling, and I could be wrong, but I feel like the Hearts of Stone DLC was built by another development team within CD Projekt Red.
Maybe. Probably.
There are a lot of puns in this DLC pack, and like references to things.
On this one, the one we're doing.
Yeah, like the whole Toussaint
Oh yeah,
Blood and Wine
yeah.
expansion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Alright, talk to Milton.
What now?
This isn't the site of the murder. We know that. Current brought the body here. Corpse got caught in the nets. Guardsmen pulled it out, put it in a boat and took it somewhere. Need to find out where. I'd like to look at the corpse before it starts to decompose.
The inn. Its patrons must have seen the guardsmen, which direction they took. We should ask there.
Looky lose. Someone's watching her.
Seems we've got ourselves an audience.
You think this surprising? The locals will tell the children of children they do not have yet, of the day a quartered corpse was pulled from the river.
One thing. Found a handkerchief in the water. Monogrammed DLC. Mean anything to you?
Delacroix? It cannot be. Was it he the beast slew?
Seems so. Knew him well?
Long past. We were close friends once, but our paths diverged.
I like
He
this
was
guy's
a man of
freckles.
extremes, standing by
Yeah.
his companions no matter the odds, fighting his foes to the bitter end.
And his
Foes.
purple peacock
You have
feathers.
a lot of them?
He did,
Yeah.
but I do not see what that has to do with the beast. Ah, Geralt, you've struck a raw nerve. Memories of a time long past, to which I'd rather not return now.
I understand. We can talk later. Let's go to the tavern.
I shall have to leave you soon. Return to court.
Barely got back to Toussaint.
Follow
Knight
Milton to
in
the end.
service of her illustrious
Ask if
highness
anyone
knows
has
no rest.
saw where the
In
body
fact,
was taken.
I feared I would return too late to fulfill my duty.
Can you do me a favor if you don't mind and go to the map? Like the big map. I'm just curious where you're at. Oh, okay, well.
Oh, tutorializing.
Places where you can bin. Yeah, it's like,
new
yeah.
questions online are marked with. Okay.
It's over by the coach. Okay, I was just trying to figure out like kind of generally where you started.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me see.
Okay.
Um.
Okay. I got it.
Okay. I'm sorry,
Thank
I'm
you.
looking at something on my phone.
Oh yeah, I was already looking at the map like, oh, that's what that is. That's what that is.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Ooh.
I remember
Hey,
that.
Roach. You eating something over there?
Yeah. My rifles.
Let's
Snacky.
jog.
Once you have finished examining the corpse, be sure to report to Anarietta.
Anarietta?
Her Grace, the Duchess. I forget myself at times. We address each
Okay. Let's see.
So after you inspect the corpse, you have to go visit the woman who's basically in charge of Toussaint.
Yeah. Essentially.
She's kind of like the queen regent in a way. This is definitely like this whole DLC has a few different endings
Yeah.
depending on choices. I don't remember what those choices are. I just know I got the worst ending possible. And I was like, well, that happened.
We'll see. Bring the team? Yeah, sure. To heck with it. I'm gonna just ordering a fourth meal.
Find our first names in private. Never in Pomrick's presence, however. He finds such familiarity offensive.
You Grubhub Plus I got for you? Here. Well, anyway.
A watering hole for traders, smugglers, boatmen. But you will find no better crayfish chowder in all Toussaint.
This steady jog. It was like, I love his jaunty jog. Nice tight elbows.
By my troth, could that be the musty scent of fresh pate?
Naught else, Sir de Peyrac-Peyran. I see time has not dulled your senses.
We would be honored if you would join us. Your companion as well.
But why do I not detect even a whiff of crayfish chowder?
No soup today, on account of there being no crayfish. I reckon you've not heard, but all I caught was a corpse. I awoke at the crack of dawn, as I do each day, but when I looked up, I beheld a blood-red sky.
This corpse is precisely why we're here. For the man whom you've invited to join you at the table was summoned from a far-off land by her gracious magnificence. He is tasked with tracking and killing the beast.
We invited two men to join us, yet since Sir de Peyrac-Peyran in temperament is more akin to hare than hound, I surmise the other is the hunter. With whom do we have the pleasure?
Name's Geralt.
A humble introduction. You've clearly not tarried long with Sir de Peyrac-Peyran.
Spare us the petty insults. Geralt is a master of the Witchering trade. He has questions concerning the beast's last victim.
I was the one to find the corpse. The sun had just risen when I awoke, sat straight up in my bed, looked out the window, and beheld a sky red as blood.
Ask Geralt, please, or we shall be here till winter.
Must have been early in the morning. Went to check your nets and then...
I stepped out of my hut and saw...
By my troth, to the point, man. You found a body ensnared in your crayfish nets. We know this already. What happened then? Did you see anyone nearby? Did you spy anything noteworthy? Anything at all?
Not a soul around, just me. As for noteworthy... well...
What did you see? But be warned, if I hear the sky was red again...
I saw a head bobbing, eyes bulging, the tongue blue and popped out. Next to it, a hand rocking upon the water.
Get a good look at the body parts?
They gave me such a fright. I bolted to town fast as my legs would take me, then returned with guardsmen who told me to keep out of their way. They had a hard haul. The parts were so tangled up in my nets, they were forced to cut them.
Need to examine the body. Know where they took it?
They ferried it across, then loaded it on a cart and hauled it to a cellar at Corvo Bianco to keep it cool, see?
What? Why, Corvo Bianco is Baron Russell's estate. When he learns they've turned his cellar into a morgue, he'll set his hounds on them.
While you were gallivanting about the north, his vineyard was auctioned off.
Who was that? Woman who just left. Didn't see her before. Didn't notice her walk in either.
Doubtless Linnis, the innkeep's daughter. But hold, Geralt, because this is an outrage. Russell's vineyard was auctioned off? Inconceivable.
It is no secret. The Baron had gambling debts up to his ears. It finally came time to collect. His creditors auctioned off his property. The Ducal Chancellery bought it, in fact. Russell now bunks with his brother in Vicofaro.
I told Russell he'd get his comeuppance. How long can one throw on past heroics? His creditors must finally have to find that his promises meant nothing.
Such are the times. Today's knights are pale shadows of the heroes of yore.
It's true what they say. God sent the beast to punish us for straying from the old paths.
So folk think the beast's divine punishment.
Knights have turned their backs on the old customs. Where they were defenders of the duchy, they're now defenders of their own tushes.
Why, you insolent...
Let him talk.
The Duchess trades in titles, grants honors to ill-doers. We've strayed from the path of virtue, lost the gods' favor, so the gods sent retribution.
Don't listen to that nonsense, Geralt. It's rehashed street preacher codswallop.
Yes, the rebel rousers have been sprouting up like weeds lately, each offering the same bill of goods.
They say anything else about the beast? Besides it being a messenger of the gods?
The Toussaint are no fools. They see clearly the beast kills on days honoring patron saints.
Picky monster. Thanks for the hospitality. Time I examined the corpse.
Corvo Bianco lies a short way from here, near the tourney grounds. Just follow the road and you'll arrive.
Not coming with? Oh yeah, duty of some sort calls.
Some sort?
Duty.
Her Grace bestowed a great honor on me, even before we departed for Velen. I'm to play the hare during this year's game in the palace gardens. When you see me in my costume, you will wet yourself laughing.
A little tempted to ask a few questions, but it sounds like a long, complicated story. One involving lengthy digressions into local history and tradition. So, see you later, Milton, and good luck.
You will watch yourself laughing. Oh, the new inskeep.
I'm my own
Know what that
master with
means.
a bottle in front of me.
This
It's
guy's
no
gotta.
disaster, not like a front.
Normally, I'd encourage you to
This
try
guy's gotta
our
play
bent
Quint.
fisherman's chowder,
Quint.
but alas,
looks like a
we
Quint
are
player.
all out of crayfish.
Could replace them with something else. Perch, for example.
Replace crayfish with fish? I beg you. What next? Vinegar for wine? Parsley for thyme? Huh? Your Nordlings are a pleasant lot, but about cuisine you know nothing.
Yeah. Well, let me see what you've got.
Show me what you got in stock.
Because you have cards. Okay, you don't. Water is the most useful. Ratatouille. Rat-patootie.
Buying it all. Heck yeah.
But just to say I have some rat-patootie and some apple juice. I have I have so much food. But the actual useful stuff, which is magic cordial, that's alchemical stuff. Redanian herbal, okay. I remember which is the Malcolm Spirit, maybe? I think. Okay, it's not expensive enough to be. Or maybe I don't know. Maybe I'm tricking myself. Okay. If I run into some issues, I know that I can come to this guy. Damn. High stakes, Gwent.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Not likely
Big
to taste
pimpin'.
your famous fisherman's chowder, so maybe we could play some Gwent.
Big pimpin', spending cheese. Okay, so who do I go to? Also, wait, who's this guy?
Ooh,
Yeah, this guy.
an 8-point scorch card. Cool.
Yeah, that's true. It was mainly to siege card. He scorches siege combat units. Okay. Very interesting background music for the. I think it's. I don't think I've heard this background song before.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of new music in this expansion.
This guy's useful for a lot. No, that's not for this deck. Might be more for like a Spoyatel deck. Which I probably already have them in there for that. So for now though, go with my tried and true Nilfgaard deck, my Nilfgaard spy deck, spy medic deck.
Good one.
Worked so far. Do I have his homies? No, I don't have that guy's homies. So, okay. I'm gonna draw another spy. Okay, good. 2 spies early. What is this guy? Oh, there's a Skellige deck. This is the first time I ever played a Skellige player.
Yeah.
Shuffles all cards from each player's graveyards back into their decks. Nice. Okay, what did he have? Oh wait, type What? Summon Avenger. When this card is removed from the battlefield, it summons a powerful new unit card to take its place. Ah. So it must he must have a parlay with that. Okay.
Galaga deck gets pretty crazy.
Ooh, nice. Okay. Yes, 2 can play that spy game. Okay, and then really. Oh, okay. That's a different like game mechanic. Oh wait, no, it doesn't. Oh, okay. I was like, why am I trying to kill? I can't use my leader ability again.
Right.
Like,
but could you throw down some cards and win?
Wait, I could do it to kill it again to just get it off the battlefield. and
then play...
win this round. Like,
Yeah, like I know you could throw your Geralt out there and immediately win, but you don't need that much.
that, let me see.
So you just need 19.
It's 10 or more. It's 10 or more. So this counts. That guy is 10, so that kills that guy.
What the fuck? Look at that. That's amazing. Okay, so you need 4 more points to win.
Yeah, so I'll throw... I do... I mean,
Those
I'm gonna have to throw...
Those two double when they're next to each other, right? Those
yeah,
are
but
two...
nothing I throw out there is gonna be lost. So yeah.
Okay.
It's just a.
Okay.
In fact,
yeah,
that's just a card to revive next round. Nothing's gonna be lost. Oh, it's anytime it's removed from the battlefield. Oh, that's gnarly.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. It's not just like, wow. That's cool. That is a cool mechanic. Alright. So we're gonna do this. We're gonna hold off on reviving... Hey, Roach. I'm gonna hold off... I have a feeling we've got more in the tank. We'll put her out there and revive the other handsome dude. The pretty boy. It's the pretty boy couple. This is and that's what they are. This is like, that's... They're a couple. Well, those two, that, you know, he's the kind of the sort of more masked one that's kind of a little rough around the edges. He's got a little facial hair, and he's kind of like less masked, a little bit more twinky. You know, they're a couple. They're a lovely couple too. Absolutely adorable.
They are.
Oh no! Oh. They go out together. Here comes Roach. Hey. Alright. What else are you gonna put out there? Let's do it. Let's just get rid of that thing. I've been able to play that same card 4 times, I think, in this game.
Yeah, that's wild.
Alright, we'll see how this goes. I'm not guaranteed to be like, this is his last card. He's definitely, oh. He's gonna bring out everyone from the graveyard. He's gonna use his ability. So it's gonna be like, okay. Oh, crap. When he does, I'm not equipped to face his entire thing this round and like come out on top.
I mean,
I'll get mine, but
well, like you've won. He's out. You can just pass, and it's game over, right?
He has his ability is shuffles all cards from each player's graveyard back into their decks.
Oh, but wait, did he pass yet?
He's not passed yet.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
He's going to do that.
So...
Go back to the deck.
I mean, you gotta keep going, right?
I'm gonna pass. Just in case he pulls this. I don't know what that means as far as decks go. Okay.
Okay, yeah, that's
Okay. It's probably better if you have like spies and things like that, and that can pull from your deck. Now that I'm thinking about it, it's not like it goes back in your hand. Okay. I was completely misunderstanding.
Guess I was wrong. Must be a one-off. Message on the back, signed by a certain Count Monnier. Invitation to a tournament. Interesting.
Tournament! A tournament! Yay!
Oh, dear fellow!
More Gwent.
this is one of the tournaments that I am currently playing right now.
Nice.
I activated, but I haven't started that one, I don't think.
Nice. Alright, let's get all these things.
Clerk's looking for help. Could be good coin to be made.
Wanted the White Wolf. Whichever girl of Rivia known as the White Wolf is wanted to serve as a guide. His potential employer guarantees an ample wage for his unusual contract. For more information, you should go to the Count Belladol's temporary base camp in Toussaint. We kindly request all other persons not present themselves at said camp under the pretense of being Geralt of Rivia. Count Belladol was not born yesterday. He can easily tell who is a witcher and who is faking it. All of those journeying to this camp in shabby costumes with wooden swords strapped to their backs and save themselves the trouble and turn back. Awesome. Alright. Fernanda is heading to the restaurant. Oh. Yep. Oh. Let's see the map. Okay. Alright, interesting. Summons from Duchess Anna Henrietta. Oh, okay. This is probably the one that I got and I haven't looked at. Announcement from the Office of Internal Revenue of the Duchy of Toussaint. Office announces a limited live auction to be held regarding the sale of a piece of developed real estate accompanying the agricultural land located in Kerber. All need turn, blah, blah, blah. Okay. An auction. To the Witcher or Witchers, the Beauclair Coopers Guild is seeking an individual or individuals willing to escort a merchant convoy through an area threatened by the Great White Terror. More information can be obtained from Gaston Lagaffe at the merchant's camp in the forest to the north of Coronada Vineyard. Morgrim Poulan, Undersecretary for Threats and Risk Management, Beauclair Coopers Guild. Wine Wars. Ooh, we've got new quests. Okay. We've got a lot of fun stuff to do. Alright, go to examine the body. Okay, that's our current thing. I'm gonna make sure to hit up all these notice boards eventually. Knight for hire. Yeah. Did get a bunch of quests. Alright, finally. It is... This must have been like a wild experience the first time you played it. Like, coming to here after being like in...
Have to hurry.
Having been in like Velen or whatever, and
yeah,
and how kind of like brown it is.
It's so clean here.
And
it's just so clean.
Kitty.
Yeah, and it's so bright and colorful. It's not gray and dreary. There's not a bunch of like muddy puddles everywhere.
Damn it, killer must still be here.
Oh my gosh, he's like still moving.
Determine what kind of monster killed the guards.
Throat torn open by man-like jaws. Man-like, except for long fangs.
Man-like. Do-do-do-do-do.
Busted ribs, blood from the ears. Took a solid hit. Massacred by a vampire.
Vampire?
Not a Nekimar, though. Or a Fletter. Bruxa. Gotta be. Killed with a single blow. In the cellar. Gotta be.
Well, shit.
Footprints. Small, bare feet. Lead deeper into the cellar. Fell down the stairs. Broke his neck.
Well. Oh no. Oh man. Yeah, sorry, I just got distracted, and the unfortunate news that that wrestler Jay Briscoe, you don't know who it is, but he's a Ring of Honor wrestler. Well, was. He unfortunately passed away at the age of 38.
Oh dang.
Yeah.
Took a lot of strength to batter this down.
What was it? Swagger put it. Patrick put it in the
used this to batter down the
Slack. There's a Reddit mega thread. It's that's.
You. Saw you at the inn.
Oh, okay. It's sexy lady.
I know what you are. Don't know why you killed these people, though. Clearly wasn't for their blood. We don't have to fight.
You are wrong.
Oh.
Okay.
I cannot let you leave.
Let me know if you would like any fighting tips with this lady.
Ow. Is one of them don't get distracted by her boobies?
No.
Okay.
But that's a good place to start.
Okay, that's good.
And understandable if it's distracting.
I should have gone to the purple one first.
Yeah.
It's the vampire oil. It's funny that purple is the color of vampires.
Yeah. You can read the bestiary entry. I don't think you did that.
No, I haven't checked out, and yeah, it did pop up as a thing. Which is good because since it, your boy Geralt talked about these things as if he knew them well.
All right, so Earden.
Yeah.
We'll slow it down.
Yeah, Earden slows it down. Vampire oil's good. Black blood.
Black blood. Huh. Moondust. Black blood.
Black blood? Or Moondust from? Okay. Let me go to my inventory. I would say the music slaps.
It's good. Mature 3 black.
I have a lot of potions that I don't, that are like I've forgotten about. So there's a good chance that there it is.
Oh,
Enhanced
there it
black
is.
blood. Blood injures and knocks back vampires and necrophages when they wound him.
Oh. Well, that sounds like it could be helpful.
Okay, and then moon dust. Right. I must already have it equipped.
Is that what that one is?
No, northern wind.
You might not have it yet.
Oh, might not have made it. Holy crap.
Huh.
Wait.
True 3.
That's wild. Oh, there they are. I saw like suddenly these appeared. I must have not gone up. I must have since I scrolled down.
Oh, okay. Whew.
I was confused.
I was like, I thought you would have gotten it by now. Okay, cool. And then Irden.
Blood and moon dust could be lifesavers.
Oh. Oh, he says it. Literally, he's like, hey, do this.
You have to wait for her. We have to wait for her to reappear to throw the bomb at her. If you can get her in the circle, I think it would help. Oh my god. Forgot about that.
Yeah, that's the tricky part.
Oh, what? Okay. Bomber.
I'm trying to do it.
Yeah,
okay.
I gotta... Oh, you've got grape shot.
Oh yeah. Well, why is it grape shot?
Yeah, why is it?
There you go.
Here it is. Shoot. Oh, nice.
Okay.
And then maybe ear.
Is she Spider? She's Spider Woman.
That seems like it, doesn't it? Yeah.
Aha! Oh, thing. There's also Shiva from fucking, or what was the lady from Mortal Kombat? No, not Shiva. Shiva was She-Goro.
Yeah, she had 4 arms.
Like
dark hair. Not a lot of clothes. Oh, good shot. So you've got her down to about halfway. Your health is good.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if you could use other signs on her. Like if yeah, that one
probably works just fine.
Did some
Your
damage, I
is
think.
the best of one.
That was a good hit.
And it was like, ow!
Oh shit!
Black blood. Should have knocked back the vial.
I did knock
Right,
back
yeah,
the vial.
you did. Is it? It's
I must have worn off.
I didn't even notice that.
Oh, maybe.
Alright, well.
I mean, my toxicity is off, so
Yeah, right? That's what I'm like, yeah, and you have 3, yeah, because you had 4 to start with.
it
Okay,
just
so
must
no
have worn
bombs
off.
left.
Okay.
That's okay. She almost did. You're doing great here.
Alright. It would have been cool if, like, I got the satisfaction of, like, haha, black blood,
Yeah.
bitch.
That's right.
I almost want her to, like, try to suck my blood again. Come on, bitch. Come try to suck me off. I mean, those Freudian slip.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay, like one more hit. That was a good one, because I think you're able to get her from the back. Jeez. Okay, well, the black blood was still... Nice.
All these men
Oh,
to get
yay.
to the body. What was she doing at the table, though?
I killed her. Vampire blood.
Good.
That must be useful.
Nice job.
She
Right.
wanted out this body. Holy moly.
Stinks.
Hmm.
Waterlogged. Both hands amputated.
Let me
Body
double
was
check.
quartered just as I
With
thought.
my Grubhub has arrived. Okay, will arrive soon. Delivered. Okay. Alright. 1 second. I'm gonna go up front and see my food's there. I'll be right back.
Oh, okay.
I'll get my headphones back on. Alright. I'm back. Got my my Taco Bell. my deluxe cravings quote unquote box.
Oh.
Because it's in a bag, by the way. Alright. Alright, let's examine everything.
Laid in water for some time. Head swollen. Something took a few bites out of it. Something in the throat. A pouch bulging with coins.
Interesting. Pouch filled with florins.
From several different provinces. If the murderer did this, it means we're dealing with a sentient thinking beast. Body was chopped up after death. Blows struck with great force, but bones sliced through, not crushed. Creature that killed him had long claws, sharp as a witcher's blade. First sank its claws into the victim's heart. No Bruxa did this. Third hand. A spare. Except it's clearly not the victim's. Guardsmen must have not noticed it as they picked everything up. How's this possible? Still warm. Blood still flowing. Several monster species can regenerate. Never heard of that happening to their severed limbs, though. Or of their limbs seeming completely alive after so much time. Examine the tissue more closely later. Might learn something.
Unusual severed hand. That's a hell of an
murderer was clearly a monster, but not a Bruxa. But then
not a
why did
bruja.
Bruxa come here for the severed hand? And who does the hand belong to? Why the hell's it still warm? Now, pouch shoved down the victim's throat. What's the significance? And why was he chopped up into pieces? Lots of questions, no answers so far. Need to know
Here
about
I
the other
am,
victims.
once again.
I'll ask
I'm
Owen to get
chopped
me
into
see the
pieces.
Can't deny it, can't pretend.
I've got an extra hand.
Uh.
They gave me a hand. I'll give you a hand. That's just a heck of an item. An unusual severed hand. Wish I could zoom in on and examine it. I would be. If this game had the ability to like examine items like you can do in like Resident Evil, that would be one to look at. And like in the menu, it'll be like moving. All right.
Find Palmerin. Ask him to take you to the Duchess.
Take me to the Duchess. Oh. Packers won the Super Bowl! Joke blatantly stolen from Mississippi Science Theater 3000.
Ooh. A parasol? How fancy.
Palmerin.
Please give them my
Oh, there you go.
always trumps villainy with his friends at...
Need to speak to the Duchess, urgently.
All right, you scamps. Story's done. Go find your friends.
But the Palmerin, what about the story of Rittik and the dragon?
The tales for another time. But take a good look at the man who stands before you now. This is Geralt of Rivia. The master witcher who lent his valiant hand to the defeat of the giant Goliath.
How the hell does paper be extra?
Is it true virtue always
Like extra crinkly paper. It's like
It's very crinkly. Hopefully that means it's fresh.
yeah, hopefully.
It's like soggy.
Not always. Could go either way. Sometimes virtue wins, sometimes villainy gets the upper hand. Still worth being good.
But why? If it doesn't mean you'll win.
Palmerin's story. Think back. A decent man attracts other good folk, makes friends he can count on. A rogue? Well, you can only count on other rogues. And who would you rather have for a friend?
A man of virtue?
I must agree. Now,
Aww.
that will do for questions. Go find your parents.
That's cute.
Her Knight and Highness has doubtless arrived at the tourney grounds to watch the battle in the arena. If we hurry, we'll be in time to speak with her before the spectacle begins.
Lead the way. Who's fighting? Nilfgaardian gladiators?
Close, but not quite. As you'll soon see.
Someone's gonna fight a Shaelmar with only some bells on its tail to confuse it, slow it down?
Whatever is the problem? The beast is a gift from the Emperor, no less.
Shouldn't torment the beast. How would you like to be dumped in an arena, blindfolded with a string of bells dangling from your ass?
Pity a monster. You, a witcher.
I slay monsters who are a threat to humans. You're out to humiliate one to entertain a crowd. No knight will gain any glory from this. Who's going to fight the beast?
Guillaume, the young man you met.
Yeah. Mentioned he'd promised his heart's capture a monster trophy.
Great love demands great sacrifices.
Let's go.
Hey, potential girlfriend, I really like you, so here's a Shale Mars head for you.
It's like,
Like, oh, cool, it's really icky.
That's nice. I was expecting most guys give a edible a bouquet, you know, or like a or like a, you know, I could take in like a gift card to Target, or
I dedicate my imminent victory to fair Lady Vivian.
Yeah, this lady, I forgot about her. This gonna be fun. This is some good
begun.
DLC.
The fight shall have to end first. We must wait.
okay.
Got a bad feeling about this. Damn it. We have to help him. Gotta keep it down. Tell me we are when he hears us.
Alas, for Nightling, the beast heaved its foul girth.
Okay. Okay. Relic oil and ard. Okay. And samum. Alright then. Pop on this relic oil.
Mm-hmm. Was there an entry about this monster?
Yeah, there's the shale mar.
Yeah, or did you already read? I'm sorry. Did you already read that?
Yeah, I was looking.
Oh, sorry. I'm not gonna lie. I was looking at a text from my cousin.
relics. So the samum works against them.
Okay.
Relic oil and an ard.
This thing's a relic? That's crazy. Huh.
So Sam's and an ard.
Let loose a roar and knocked into earth. Then down came the Witcher in one mighty bound to give fight to the beast. Its plans confound.
Hey, watch out!
Man, this thing's tough.
You kind of have to like knock it like, yeah.
Oh,
It has to like
okay.
knock
Gotcha.
itself on its ass,
I wonder if.
and you kind of have to like disrupt its movement. And one of those
Yeah, I wonder
classic runs into a wall bosses.
Yeah.
Ow!
Oh God. Lit it on fire. Damn. Great. They did some damage. Oh, it like ran on little feetsies.
Its racer strikes belly, Selma's cries ring aloud. blood transforms into jelly.
Oh, damn. Dude, you're gonna get murdered. That guy's so brave.
Brave.
Oh, what?
Oh,
How did they do
come
that?
on. Come at me. Come at, come at me. Come at me. Damn it. Run into a wall. There you go.
The Shelma lies defeated by Geralt of Rivia, master of the witchering trade. Behold, as the last gasps of life seep from the beast.
Master Geralt, do what you must. Finish the deed!
Monster's no threat. No need to kill it.
A victor may always show mercy. It is his right. Long live Geralt the Merciful! Pikemen, see to the beast!
Guillaume.
The lad came damned close to dying.
I'm fine. Not hurt at all. Vivian?
Smile as befits a hero and keep silent. Speech clearly pains you. She approaches.
Geralt. We must talk. Vivian.
You shall talk later, in the medic's tent.
Geralt, magnificent, breathtaking.
Your Grace.
We knew that to summon you was a brilliant idea. We are delighted, ravished to have struck upon it.
And I'm truly, honored.
See to our young hero. Hop, hop. For we must make off with Geralt. We should talk. We had been long awaiting your arrival, but nearly lost hope. Then suddenly, that entrance, so spectacular.
Your Grace. Shaelmars are dangerous creatures, even to knights in full-plate armor.
Nonsense. In Toussaint, knights have battled beasts for mere glory since time immemorial. True. Guillaume suffered a few bumps, scars, and bruises, but in return gained eternal glory as he who slew the monster.
What about the crowd? Say the Shaelmar had vaulted into the stands. Would have been a massacre.
Geralt, though we value your fortuitous intervention in the arena, we would remind you your services have been retained, and as shall soon become clear, you will be generously compensated for completing another task altogether.
I like how her hair's holding her crown on her head.
Right.
The first time I saw that, I thought it was just clipping through her hair.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, I think that's actually intentional.
Grace,
That's cool.
my contract. I'd like to discuss it.
Naturally, but not here. We shall need Damien. He led the investigation pending your arrival. But wherever could he be? Come, we must find him.
I'm just so, like, mesmerized by that crown situation. Like,
I'm just wondering how she got those curls.
yeah.
Like, those are tight. Those are nice. Like, do they have, like, curling iron-like things? Like,
Tell us,
Yeah,
come
they
alone?
heat up like a metal
or
rod.
did Viscount Julian
Probably
accompany you?
work.
probably.
Wish to see
They
Dandelion.
got pretty
Your
crafty.
Grace?
Yes. I mean, no.
her style team. Like, we got to meet her stylist. That's who we want. That's who I want to meet. I want to talk to her stylist, her makeup people. I want to see the fit. I want to see the fashion. I want to talk about what what designer she goes to.
No, we would ensure he was broken on the wheel, then drawn, hanged, and quartered.
I mean, she's got highlights. She's got highlights and like lowlights in their hair too. Like, how did she dye that? Like,
the very man we would entrust with these tasks. Damien,
she's got a little bit of like hair, color variance in there. There's something going on.
Your Grace, Witcher.
Greetings. Sorry to have to tell you, but the guardsman handling the last victim's body...
I know already. The creature in the cellar of Corvo Bianco. Was it the beast?
No. A bruxa, a kind of vampire. Not the beast, but tied to it in some way.
You know this how?
Through careful analysis of the evidence, both on the riverbank and at Corvo Bianco.
Do you mean to insinuate the investigation thus far has been sloppy?
No,
it insinuates nothing of the sort.
No, it's just preliminary. The investigation so far has been preliminary. We all just started. Everyone is just started. And it's okay for different people to catch things at different times. It's okay.
I examined the body of the beast's last victim.
I also have special magic witcher powers.
A quiet place.
You don't.
That's what I
it's
can
okay.
Use most right now. And maybe the help of an alchemist or a mage. Also like to hear all you know about the previous victims. Take it Sir Delatour is my man for that.
Firstly, call me Damien, please. Secondly, you should know I spoke against summoning you here. I've heard much about you. You bring trouble, or thus far have, always. And we've enough trouble as it is. Yet we are
I don't bring trouble. Trouble brings me.
Without an outsider's help. I've no doubt about it.
Damien, we settled the matter of the Witcher's employ some time past. Definitively. Since you have broached it nonetheless, let us discuss Geralt's pay. Are the legends true? Do Witchers usually demand that which you find at home, yet did not expect?
Sometimes.
Not quite, Your Grace. Law of surprise, it's something we invoke at times, but rarely. Usually we just take gold.
Disappointing. This law sounds rather romantic. On the other hand, on returning to the palace, we would likely find impatient petitioners or a set of sample fabrics for a new dress. Or rewards both. I fear you'd not have much use for any of the surprises we are likely to come upon. Thus, we've decided you shall receive the deed to a vineyard, Corvo Bianco, and the sum of coin. You will doubtless consider this adequate. Title to the vineyard shall be given to you at once. Surely you'll need lodgings while you hunt. The coin, however, will be yours only once you have slain the beast.
Lovely, generous gesture, Your Grace. Corvo Bianco. Isn't it the Duchy's temporary morgue?
Is it now? The Chancellery's bungled things again, we fear. Not to be left unsupervised for one instant. Yet, in its mood, a morgue should present minimal problems to a Witcher. What's more, nothing enhances a wine's reputation better than a grim legend.
Thank you, Your Grace. I accept the contract, of course. But as I said before, I'll need some information. How'd it start? Who was the first victim?
Crespi was the first to die. He was famed once for his many glorious tournament victories. Then he grew old, hung up his sword, and took to winemaking.
Crespi was not loved by the wine merchants. He was ruthless in business and thought to cheat many a time. He asked us for a dispensation from all court ceremonies. We did not grant it. We could not. Once you've taken the oath of a knight, you remain a knight till death.
How'd he die? Where'd they find the body?
Quite unusual, the circumstance. He was at a feast when suddenly one of his fellow feastgoers noticed he was missing. The town watch found him an hour later. On his hands and knees, propped against the town pillory, his sword hanging from his neck. He had died of wounds inflicted with claws, not a weapon. Blows of great force.
So he died suddenly, but the body was on its knees, meaning someone posed it.
So it seems.
Second murder. Tell me what you know.
In the city, there are certain nooks. No one reasonable ventures there after dark. Ramon Dulac's corpse was found in one such place. With the first murder, terror gripped the city. Its inhabitants grew wary, kept to safe areas. Consequently, news of the second victim came to us from a group of concerned cut-purses.
Criminals fear the beast? Telling in a way. Take it you've excluded the possibility that Ramon died at the hands of these bandits.
Do you believe me an amateur? Not hands, but claws killed Ramon Dulac. The wound was deep, clean.
His body was found in a gutter, dressed in nightshirt and cap, a pillow placed under his head, and his sword replaced by a bed warmer. Ramon Dulac, a knight who but a dozen years past was an advisor to our father, the Duke.
Someone went to a lot of trouble to make him look ridiculous. Maybe revenge was the motive.
It's not out of the question. Dulac had shady dealings with the criminal underworld, but no one ever came forth with concrete proof of any misdoings.
So, first two victims were knights, best years behind them.
The same could be said of the third. Sir Delacroix was wont to claim that in modern times, knights face new challenges. Enterprise being the latest addition to the chivalric virtues.
He made a veritable fortune in the grain trade. Palmerin even nicknamed him Sir de la Stinch.
Found a coin pouch on his body. Contained florins dating from various times, from different provinces of the Empire.
Delacroix loved coin, true, but had no patience for numismatics.
Lots of similarities between the victims. All the bodies were found in strange places, under extraordinary circumstances. Seems the murderer, whoever or whatever it is, has some meaning to convey.
These were honorable men. We are horrified by the disdain, the disrespect with which they were treated. These were knights of Toussaint. Blast it.
Might be the point. From what you say, none was a model of virtue. Ever considered that's what the beast's trying to draw attention to?
All the murdered men were knights who swore fealty to the 5 chivalric virtues. And even if
Knights of Toussaint swear fealty to what virtues exactly?
honor, wisdom, generosity, valor, and compassion.
5 virtues. Why are they so important to your knights?
Strange question.
Your Grace, forgive me. I'm a foreigner trying to understand another land's customs.
You are forgiven. According to legend, the virtues we cultivate were bestowed upon us by the Lady of the Lake. How we truly came to espouse them, none know. In Toussaint, we believe men of low birth should be simple-hearted and obedient. We expect much more, however, of our knights. They are to be soldiers and courtiers, lords and servants. Thus, the need for clear moral guidelines. At the time of his dubbing, a knight vows to demonstrate throughout his life honor, wisdom, generosity, valor, and compassion.
And I say, don't look up the quote. Strange women lying in ponds distributing swords is no basis for a system of government.
Beast seems to be pointing
Did
out
it?
moral
There's a nice
decay,
mock over
denouncing it.
here.
Victims were all humiliated. Might have been murdered to emphasize their lack of specific chivalric virtues.
Honor compromised by the pillory. Wisdom by ridicule. Generosity by a coin pouch shoved down a throat. It seems to fit, true, though not perfectly.
Can't discount the theory if it's on the lips of everyone in town. Say our reasoning's right. The murder will be just as showy and denounce the victim's lack of the 4th virtue, valor. We can also assume that victim will be an elder knight.
Let's think. At the moment, all the knights are either at the tourney grounds or in the palace gardens. Our annual hare hunt shall begin there shortly. Have you heard of the custom?
Milton mentioned something. Seemed excited to prance around in a bunny costume. Not sure why. Hang on. Strange circumstances, a night advanced in years, the famed cowardice of rabbits.
Could it be that simple? Is Milton de Peyrac Peyren the next victim?
Milton also knew Delacroix. Told me so down by the river.
Damien! To miss something so obvious. De Peyrac Peyren, Crespi, Delacroix, and Delac formed a nightly team. It was years ago, but...
They were a team?
They were close friends, tightly knit, and as such earned the trust of our father, the Duke. We often witnessed him turn to them with delicate matters. Later, their paths
They all
diverged.
played b-ball down by the school.
Coincidence. Beast must know it too. It's a lead.
Delacroix was power forward, and Peyrac was center. Short for a center, but he made it work.
Your Grace, we need to find Milton immediately.
Rather problematic. You see, the garden entertainments are due to start, and he's disguised as the Hare, hiding somewhere, waiting for some tipsy courtiers to find him. The Hare's hiding place is a carefully guarded secret.
We must call off the game at once.
First and foremost, we must remain calm. Damien, order the garden searched immediately, but discreetly. By no means can we disrupt the festivities. Panic will only incite the beast to strike sooner. And you, Witcher, follow me. My gardens, my night, I shall take the fall. A murder is out of the question. I will not allow it. Not near my palace. Horses? Ready our horses!
Horses!
I think Toussaint's supposed to be Italian.
Like, fuck this dress! Like,
What was that, girl?
Alright, yeah.
What the hell? Why, I should... Your Highness,
Mind it doesn't get wrinkled.
Alright, I like her.
I wonder how old she's supposed to be.
Yeah, I don't know.
Hey! That is silk! Be careful! Give it to me!
I just wanted to be helpful.
Let's go!
Right like the wind!
Goodness.
Oh.
Your Grace seems
It was
right
doing it
around the
automatically, then it had me take over and stuff.
Oh no.
Oh, wait, what's on?
This way!
Oh, well, watch out, kids.
Sorry.
Sharp right!
Watch out, I might have to. I don't want to run over another dog. Watch out, guys. Sorry, Roach. Ooh.
Clear the path! Clear the way, I said! Is this part of the game?
Come on now.
Okay, I'll let him get some stamina.
Just round the corner!
Hurry.
We must go to where the game is being held. The participants must find a unicorn's horn, a golden fish, and a phoenix egg. With these in hand, they can deduce where the Hare, Milton, hides.
Mean we need to find those things too.
We've no other option, but time is of the essence, so we shall have to break the rules.
Yes, a face no ointments could help.
Well, is she technically running around in her underwear now, I guess?
I'm pretty sure she is.
Oh. Unless, like, she designs it specifically such that, like, well, I've got pants under here I can always wear.
Yeah, they do like fancy pants.
Yeah, it's like,
I shall show you where the hunt plays out.
these are my
like...
hanging out pants that I can switch to if I ever need
You
to.
will get hold of the unicorn horn and the golden
Like there's
fish.
extra frills to make it clear that these are not men's
But I nabbed the
trousers.
phoenix egg.
Yes, exactly.
That will be quickest.
Like they're cute pants.
Unicorn horn.
The unicorn. How do I catch it?
It's terribly skittish, true, but I'm sure you will find a way to earn its trust. It runs around over there, look.
golden fish. Do I need a rod or a net?
Please, Geralt. It's not a real fish. There, towards the water. See the lights? The hunters are trying to cook the
This
fish
is interesting.
for us.
They had me
You
choose
must
with a
sit
time
back and
limit.
find it. The Colton fish and the
Yeah,
horn
that was
both contain
interesting.
hints or clues that will help
Which
us
one do you
find
want to
him.
do first? Like,
Once
what?
you have fish and horn, find me among the other Phoenix encounters. All clear? Then let's get to it.
Alright then. Let's go get. I want to go over the
Yeah,
unicorn
just-
first.
You did the unicorn. Yeah, so just follow her. I have read that if you
she's-
follow her, it should, like, just kind of pop you out by where you need to be.
If only I was healthy.
Which is, you know, she's taking a leisurely, sustainable pace.
Again, tight jog, elbows at the hips.
Because there's no timer.
Highness, your grace. Your Highness.
She's going
Just
that
something I
way.
always found interesting about this game because there were no timed quests in this game, right?
Yeah,
At least that we've hit so far.
no,
Might be, but
not really.
I don't remember there being.
I don't think so. No.
Yeah.
Banquets.
Other than like chases that they get away, but those aren't really timed as much as like. There's not a clock. Just you can't let something get away.
Perhaps an apple will work. Or some sweets.
We would not be in this predicament, dear sister, were you still a virgin.
Do you really wish to have this conversation again? Here and now?
Hush, or you'll spook the beast.
So it's supposed to be like
Slut
Italian,
shaming.
Italy. You said?
folks,
I'm pretty
gonna have to
sure.
ruin your fun. Sorry.
Who's that?
So at first I thought it was supposed to be France.
Hey,
And then listening to a
frizzly.
bunch of the accents, it's like, no.
Probably frittily. Very combination. Kind of like how Liberty City is supposed to be like New York and Chicago in one.
Use your witcher senses to find a treat for the unicorn.
Oh, okay. Okay. Treat.
When in Rome.
Ooh.
Oh, there's something red on the ground in front of you. Oh, okay, well, there's
Well, it's trying to
lots
look
of
at
red
the
stuff.
painting. Yeah. Very evocative.
Very.
Roach won't eat bread either, except if it's stale.
Maybe because it'll be crunchy then when it's stale.
Roach likes carrots. Maybe unicorn will too.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me about quest titles.
An outrage, I tell you.
It's against the rules.
What rules?
We stole your carrots?
What?
I don't know. Is that guy eating bread?
Oh wait. I was wondering why I was going slow, but then I realized I'm holding the carrots.
Yeah.
Ooh.
You gotta lure the unicorn.
Take the basket to the unicorn.
I am almost certain I just
What would you
ran
say
right
to
up
a
to it and used
delicious
Axie.
crunchy carrot?
Oh.
Because after reading through what happens when you do that, I'm like, yeah, that sounds about right.
Here's some carrot.
Gardens are huge. Be better off on horseback.
You just use that horse? Pretty sure you can just mount that horse.
Here you go. Let's go unicorn.
Got a unicorn! That lady's gonna be back there screaming, "I'm outraged!"
Let's go this way. Come on, buddy. Let's go this way.
Oh, so close. We're almost there. What? What's happening?
He's going nothing but left.
Will he not actually turn? Like, is it really that borked? What?
I just assumed it's like not obedient. Like he doesn't listen to you. He just like runs around.
Huh. Can you summon Roach?
Let me do that.
I swear I rode that unicorn.
Cannot do that
horse.
now.
Hey, yeah. That's silly. Unless you... yeah, I was like, you could use Axie on it. To see if that resets something in the game in a way that would get it out of that weird circular path. I'm pretty sure that's a bug.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just
Oh, yeah. Oh my gosh.
Don't need to walk around in circles, walk around in circles.
How bizarre.
It's weird that you can't summon Roach.
Yeah. That's a bummer.
Okay. And come on, horsey.
Let's go.
Okay. Oh, I was on the other circle.
Alright, maybe it's just not meant to be. Get him in. It's like maybe it just gets out of that little path and maybe... Can you jump with the horse?
He gallops and...
Okay.
A nap. Now that sounds lovely.
Giddy up.
Oh. Oh.
Okay.
Oh. It's unbroken.
Really?
Were you supposed to go around the back side of that?
Maybe, yeah.
Down that path? Yeah. There you go. Just like, you know, just chilling on my unicorn, everybody.
Is that a kitty? Is that a cat I hear meowing?
Faster. Is a peacock?
Maybe. I hear it sounds like a meow. Is that a peacock?
Yeah, it's a peacock.
Oh.
Yeah.
This should be easy to spot once I'm under.
TIL.
I know that noise because I had peacocks growing up. Because we were those people.
Perhaps that's the way to do it.
Sure.
Do you know how you acquire a peacock, PD?
How?
You know a person that's like, hey, I don't want these peacocks anymore. Do you want them?
Ooh, toffee.
Because that's how we got 2 sets of peacocks.
Nice.
They were entertaining.
You just got a piece of toffee. It was nice.
Nice.
Piece of candy.
Piece of candy.
Ooh,
Piece of candy.
Ooh, piece of candy. There it is.
I'm disappointed if there's not piece of candy here. Oh, it's the fish.
It's the right one now.
Oh, okay. I was like, man, wouldn't that be great if it just like went right out of his hand?
Hey, wait. Stop. It's important.
Can you share the clue?
King Cormorant, sire, accept this offering we bring. Prithee cast upon us your merciful eye, and bear before us its secrets.
As the moon its heavenly course doth trace, in my domain I await that moment of grace, when a soul of good or ill repute brings me a gift, fitting tribute.
A key.
Why, you bomb-botched wretch!
He's ruined the game!
Disgraceful. Disgraceful. Stomped on our fish. It was great.
Oh. I imagine it's a bit confusing, and the cat hasn't been dancing because I forgot to have the other thing join the Discord.
Oh, gotcha.
So.
Such are the times, my good fellow.
I love so many new faces.
Oh.
The light is positively useless. She can't possibly see.
Yeah. So. Okay, so clue. Okay. Read. End like a mouse with a head of hard cheese. On the deed.
What precisely is
Oh. End like a mouse with a head of hard cheese.
If you please, Your Grace.
We do not please. We act out of the highest necessity. All shall be explained later.
But it's against the rules.
I am the rules.
Didn't recognize you in trousers.
Geralt! At last.
Got a key and a clue.
And I've another. Show me yours.
Just drop
Who wrote this drivel? I begin like a groan, hollowed out with ease, then end like a mouse, with a head of hard cheese.
I begin like a groan, hollowed out with ease, then end like a mouse with a head of hard cheese. In a cave? No. In the palace pantry? No. The greenhouse? I'm thinking a cave, but that's...
Groans, hollows. Could be a cave, I guess.
Now that's just silly. Look, if we take Rome, hollow it out and fill it with ease. The letters, that is.
Oh, greenhouse.
Then mouse, but starting with what heads heart cheese. Why, it's greenhouse.
Pretty clever. And it sounds right to me.
There are several greenhouses in the gardens, but only one with a door that locks. And the key to it looks just like the one we found.
Greenhouse. Let's go.
That makes sense. Haul it out with ease. Just offended.
Poopy man.
What was that?
Dude got some claws. Oh, bullshit. Carrot would have died. Fall damage right there.
There you go.
These little sunglasses.
Yeah, that's the best part.
I'm here.
This belonged to you, maybe?
It did, but you may keep it. I've a new one. I do not know you. I've done you no harm. Yet first you butchered a Bruxer who was dear to me. Now you pursue me. Why?
You've killed 4 innocent people, at least.
And you? How many innocents have you cut down?
Plenty. Even more of the guilty, though. You're next.
I think not. You see, I've something to do still.
More murders?
Just one. Not counting yours.
Well, alright then. Okay, well, let's just get right to it.
Let you kill again.
And also the other part.
You got this. Look at that.
Holy moly.
That was quite a bit of damage. We eat a chicky sandwich.
Whoa. Whoa, whoa. Oh, sheesh. This is too good. Okay.
Yeah, make sure you're using Quinn with this guy. That stuff is gonna help you out. Jeez. He's so fast. Oh, he broke your Quinn. Oh, yeah. Shouldn't vampires be susceptible to fire? Like, you would think.
And I don't think it's extra susceptible in particular.
Yeah. Not in this game anyway, right?
Yeah, not in
It's not
this game.
vampires.
Oh.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Some good damage in there.
Oh.
Okay, yeah, so he keeps trying to teleport behind your back.
Oh.
So he can do more damage. Yeah, oh.
Oh.
Shit.
It's working out. He's getting those crits. He's intelligent. Hell yeah.
You are going to need to put more, like vampire oil on in like 5 more hits.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Alright. Let's re-up.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Probably more of that,
Yeah,
the black blood too.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely more of the black blood. At some point, I gotta remember to meditate too, because that's my last black blood.
Just remember that.
Obviously not now, but I can't do it now. Can't go like, "Hey, Mr. Beast of Black, Beauclair, just
you might
real
need to
quick.
use them. Yeah.
Let me just like have a little kumbaya moment before we finish this fight. Just
Oh.
I know you were running away and I was chasing you, but if you could just hang. Oh, what the? Oh. I think I enabled photo mode somehow.
I think so.
Oh, he's healing. Or something. Or he's doing something green. Or automatically makes thing healing. Oh, it's working out.
Oh, that health. Oh, Lord.
I'm toxicity. Ah!
Oh, okay. Oh.
Well, I defeated him.
One of these.
So. I haven't killed him, but I've defeated him. At least in this fight.
Those are something up there.
You want to stay where you are. Regenerate.
I know you're in trouble. I can help.
I'll help myself.
No, he's my friend.
Missing some pieces in there now, buddy.
Yes, Geralt, it's me.
Regis?
Regis
You
Philbin?
alright?
What?
All is well. All's in order. Wounds such as these heal on vampires in moments. But we've not seen one another in ages, my friend. At least in human terms, that is.
How's this even possible? Last I saw you...
I was a bubbling, shapeless smear, having been rather spectacularly melted into a column of a certain castle. In somewhat better shape now, as you can see. Hardly peak form, mind you, but were I human, folk would think me a demigod, I dare say.
I'm sorry. What happened? It was my fault. Never got a chance to apologize.
No need, Geralt. Bygones. I did not have to join you on that expedition. No one twisted my arm.
Miraculous regeneration. How do you manage it?
I had help. From the one you hunt.
Him? How? And what have you been doing all these years?
Not the time nor place for such stories. I suspect we'll get a chance to speak at ease and at length later. Now, however, we must deal with the reason that brought us both here.
So you being here, it's no coincidence?
Your powers of deduction seem to have waned not one bit. I'm happy. I came here for Detlef. I fear he's become entangled, landed himself in serious trouble.
So that's his name. He's your friend?
You might call it that. Though Detlef is, how would you humans put it, more bestial than I am. But not to worry. I'm working on him.
Haven't exactly done a great job with that. He's killed one knight since I got here. At least 3 others before I arrived.
For good reason, I'm sure. Understand, Detlef is not some decadent shit who kills for sport, or to assuage a dryness of throat or a dullness of mood.
So in your opinion, what are his reasons?
Precisely what I wish to find out. And then I will convince him of the error of his ways.
Got a lot of faith in the guy.
Despite appearances to the contrary, you two are quite alike. You've both noble hearts, yet you both are wont to perform ignoble deeds. When circumstances force you to, of course. Remember the year 964?
That was 3 centuries ago.
Blind fear gripped Rivia, Lyria, and Sparta. Women and children were dying.
Their mutilated, dismembered corpses littered the fields.
Brute of Lyria. Read about it. Chewed up almost 200, then fell to a common poacher supposedly armed with a dagger blessed by some prophet.
It fell to Detlef, who then found a poacher asleep in the brush near his snares and dropped the fiend's corpse at his feet. And thus, a legend was born.
Huh. Vampires rarely help humans. Must have had his own agenda, hunting the beast.
You err. He slew it for one reason alone. The monster killed a lad who once in the street had offered Detlef an apple, expecting nothing in return.
Terribly noble of him.
You do not have a monopoly on altruism, my friend. Vilgefortz melted my body. Detlef found what was left. As per our codex, he had a choice. To leave me where I was, or to care for me and nurture my remains. He chose the latter. Regenerated me at no small expense in his own blood. Do you know what that means to a vampire? The gravity of the endeavor?
Probably same thing it means to a human. You owe him your life.
Much more than that. The act itself made us blood brethren. A bond so strong humans cannot even imagine. Which is why I know something ill is afoot.
Always had an overdeveloped sense of empathy.
Each vampire has a unique talent. One they hone over centuries. It's precisely what renders it so difficult to classify. Detlef's trump card is his herd instinct. His tribal propensity. In point of fact, he prefers the company of lesser vampires and shuns that of humans. If he walks among you, killing egregiously, it can only mean something's upset him, immensely.
Anything specific? Some set of things that'd be likely to set him off?
How should I say this? Detlef doesn't understand men, their world, its rules, its conventions. He's naive in a sense. He doesn't comprehend your games, knows not what it means to lie, deceive.
Suggesting he's maladjusted, and venting his rage.
I'm suggesting maladjustment can at times breed conflict. But is it the case this time? I cannot say, but intend to find out.
Alright.
Gotta find him, before something upsets him even more, and all Beauclair is awash with blood.
Well, we share a cause then, just like the old days.
Not entirely. I mean, when I find him, you know.
I know you've a contract on his head. Yet your true task is to stop the beast killing, not necessarily to kill the beast, am I right?
All in all, sure.
Let us find him. By the time we do, I hope I'll have convinced you Detlef is no monster.
Fine, all right already. But for now, evidence is stacking up against him.
Hear that?
The posse. Knights must have tracked me here.
I prefer they not find me here. I've makeshift quarters at Mère Lachaise Long Cemetery. We'll meet there.
See you.
Cool powers.
Witcher, we flew here as fast as our courses would carry us. Yet I fear we're late all the same. Pray, where is the beast?
Still investigating. About to inspect this site. Withdraw your men before they trample all over the evidence.
Sirs, we must let the Witcher do his work. Milton's murder cannot go unavenged.
No. Remind me, just looking around at evidence. Oh, interesting. Look at this bloodstain. Oh, look, a book. Ooh, a book I haven't read. Purchasing brief. Toy inventory. Tin soldiers, stuffed animals, baby dolls, grown-up dolls, building bricks, jigsaws, knight's outfit, full princess costumes, witch capes. Oh, that's cool. So, Interesting. We are dealing with a vampire, but he might not be all as evil as we assume he is. Or is he? Right. I'm going to get up there. Oh, let's see. Actually, we actually are going to do some parkour, kind of. Let's see if it's possible. Oh, wait. Wrong button. I pressed A to jump. That's what it'd be. Like a fool would. Oh! Didn't get my jump off in time. Okay. Okay, maybe not. I couldn't get in from there. I'm obsessed with getting up there. Oh, wait. Wait. Oh. This is... Oh. Hmm. Wait. Oh. Biffed it. Okay. But I saw I saw the way in. Saw the hole in the roof.
This place is enormous. So easy to get lost.
Okay. Okay, we're gonna go here.
Our little Annie has a cavernous cranny with room for an army and 2 more up her fanny.
All right.
Banquets and wine are rather suited for pleasant mirth.
Aha! I did it. I think. All right. Wait, does this lead me to that area? Okay. Oh, what? Okay, so that didn't work that way. Okay. I think I'm gonna set this aside. I don't think it's possible. Alright, we have a looming important journey ahead of us that is life and death. So we're gonna do what we always do in these situations. We're gonna go play Gwent. What? Oh, obtain a basic Skellige deck. Ooh. What the? Okay, let's go to do that, I guess. Right here? It says here. Scavenger. Oh. A messenger.
Sir, a letter for you, sir.
Letter? Who from?
Can't rightly say, sir. I was just to deliver it.
Here. And thanks.
No, sir. Thank you. And I truly hope I'll be of service again.
Dearest.
I suspect weighty affairs, rather than merely the wine festival, have drawn you to Toussaint. Perhaps you'll find time to probe a certain matter in spite of this. I recently came across the mention of one Professor Moreau, a scholar in Beauclair, who conducted research into Witcher mutations. Though the details are rather murky, as is the location of the scholar's laboratory, his journal could contain more information. It lies buried with him in his tomb. I enclose a map I found in the book I happened upon. Though less than completely legible, I trust it will prove useful nonetheless. I felt this matter could prove of some importance to you. Thus I dispatched this letter without delay. Whatever you decide, please take exceedingly good care of yourself. Your Yen.
Aww.
A professor who studied Witcher mutations. Might actually be worth looking into.
Looked right at
What did the paper smell like? Lilac and gooseberries. We need these important details.
Exactly.
Okay, so 1, have you meditated?
No, I have not.
Okay. And then you might need to try to find an armor or a blacksmith.
Yeah.
Get your sword fixed.
Yeah. At least sometime before I go off on anything like important as far as like battles and fighting.
I'm surprised Oh wait, yeah, meditating doesn't restore your health.
No.
I forgot about that.
We've one slot free for anyone willing to play the Skellige deck.
Ah.
Work doth one ennoble. Sloth doth one.
I assure you, Skellige is just as strong as the other factions. It shall soon be considered canon. Of this I'm certain.
I don't know. Always been a Nilfgaard man myself. I must give it some more thought.
Geralt of Rivia. Saw a notice about a Gwent tournament.
By all means, you've come to the right place. I am Count Martin Monnier, organizer-in-chief. Our tourney's more than mere diversion. We've a mission, see? To spread word of my brother's brainchild, Skellige, the new Gwent faction.
These new cards. Tell me something about them.
Their design embodies the Isle's spirit. The rage-filled potency, the rough, brutal beauty. Famed Skelligers, heroes of lore, berserkers and beasts, ogle us from the cards. Bran Tuirsek is the faction's leader, of course.
And the other famous Skelligers?
Hjalmar and Ceris Ankraite, naturally, though not conjoined. Also Hemdall the hero, the venerable druid Ermion, the list goes on.
New deck? Where'd you get the idea? I mean, why bother?
All Beauclair knows me as a great lover and promoter of Gwent. My brother, dead for some time now, was known to be the same.
They're making homebrew
share
content.
Another great passion, travel.
Hope we don't get screwed by any updates to the Gwent OGL.
In multiple corners of the world. Yet the one that truly grabbed us by the stones were the Skellige Isles. The stormy sea, consumed by a fever, a suicidal awe, dashing itself against somber cliffs. That is the image I retain. It and others like it inspired my brother to devise the new faction.
Have you been keeping up with the Wizards of the Coast OGL drama? The open game license drama?
I heard something about some rule changes, and that's it.
Yeah. They're basically trying to... It's a whole thing. I couldn't even begin to sum it up, but it's a wild how much they may... If they fuck it up even more, or who knows, depending on what they do going forward, the size of the bag that they would fumble. Considering they could fuck around and lose like things like Critical Role and like so many people that are basically holding up the Dungeons and Dragons popularity.
Right here with me. I've
Like,
one
is that the
slot
best
open,
decision they're
but there's a
making?
condition. You must use cards
all
of the
to like
Skellige faction.
to try to like squeeze some more cash out of like
already asked a great many seasoned players to do the
out of
same.
people.
Alas,
third-party creators.
disdain process, care too much for the climax, for winning. So they insist on playing with their tried and true decks.
Long story short, you need a sucker who'll risk it. Take a stab at proving Skellige's no worse than the established decks. Best way to do that'd be to win this tournament using your brother's cards.
We understand one another perfectly, I see. Behold this trophy, standing stiff and strong. It could be yours if you win.
Not bad. Could look great in my house. On the sideboard, maybe. All right, I'll give it a shot. Play using the new faction.
That is an exceedingly good rub to my loins.
All right,
One
phrasing.
small adjournment. I can only provide you a basic Skellige deck. My brother, alas, gave away or lost many key cards.
No chance I can win the tournament with these cards?
An issue easily resolved. You must simply face local Gwent competitors, win the missing cards from them. Besides, it would be very good practice for the tournament itself. Here, the cards I can spare you. Take them, please. The rest I keep for myself, for I too intend to play as Skellige.
Aha.
Work doth one noble in the sloth, doth one aggressive elfin ruins, squats a silver. Whosoever
where bellies are pinched so tight, folk don't drink wine.
All right, let's.
Drink and be merry. Now spake the prof. Wipe your boots before you take another step. Don't slurp your food. Don't eat with your hands. Don't pick your teeth with your knife.
What?
Oh, I'm just jesting. You, sir, clearly were not born in a barn. Welcome to the pheasantry. The best auberge in all the duchy.
All right, let's see what you have in stock.
What are you serving up today?
Was it got a double check? Oh, gotta do some Redanian herbal. Okay, magic cordial. Alright, we're doing big money. Big pimping, spending G's.
Round of Gwent.
Okay, I don't have the deck yet, obviously. Not the full deck, but ooh, okay. Okay, triggers transformation of all Berserker cards in the same row. Huh. Ooh, young Berserker. My love for you is ticking clock, Berserker. Would you like to suck my cock, berserker? Clerks is situated. Alright, go away, Roach. I'll get you later. Hold down. Okay, that's fine. Oh, no spies. Damn. That sucks. Okay. Okay. Bring out Roach. Alright, there we go. Tinkle real quick. Alright. Alright, just had to tinkle real bad.
Understandable.
Okay. Passing around. Okay. Take the win. Ah, good. Well, very fortunate for me that that's all that she gets to have on her field.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay, she's letting me win this round. I'll take it. I'll take the dub. Oh, yeah.
Pull out his crones, worth 18.
Yeah. Okay. Are your vampires? Oh, no, you're one vampire that you pulled back earlier. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
You're cracking for your K-Ran.
Oh. I don't have that card. I want that card.
Oh, that's... don't know how this is gonna work out for me mathematically. It might not. Yeah, especially with that. No, I lost. I have 10 to win by 20.
Does your leader card do anything
Oh,
useful?
I can draw from her deck. But the best I can do is another 4.
Yeah. Because when you play it, I doubt it's going to pull out the other matching cards.
No, it's like I could do that, but it's just, no, it's not going to do that. So it's essentially just 14. Okay.
Oh, Nugget's grooming Misty. He's like really getting in there. And now he's licking the back of her head. How long until he bites her?
I was screwed the moment I didn't get any of my spies.
Yeah. At the mercy of it. I feel like 38 cards in a deck is a lot.
Probably.
Because since you only pull 10, then it's like your chances are reduced so much. So you might need to do some cleanup.
Yeah.
At some point.
Yeah, I don't mind doing. Luckily, I can face this lady multiple times.
There you go.
Wine council, no half-hearted.
Yeah, because I mean, there's also like you have 3 decoys and 3 commander horns, so it's like, do you need all of those? Again, it depends on what kind of deck you want.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, I went through and definitely started chucking out a bunch of the useless low cards, which I haven't seen any so far. Because Roach gets automatically summoned when you play Geralt, right?
Yeah. Or Ciri if I have her in my deck, but I don't think Ciri. Oh yeah, Ciri. So either Geralt or Ciri.
Is Olgierd a healer?
Olgierd? No, Olgierd is he boosts everyone in his row.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Which can be useful.
Definitely, yeah.
They're good archers just to have. These are good combo, especially, and they're also really great early first round plays.
Yeah.
Because they have.
You've got that 3 card. You've got 4 of those. Like, personally, I just take all those out.
Yeah, they do combo well. They're like yeah. I'd honestly, I'd probably more take these out.
Yeah. Okay. Oh yeah. You've got 3 of those as well. Yeah.
Yeah, because these, for both of them, they are also paired well, and those are like early, like first round, because especially if I have healers, I throw those out, and that's early, first round, like combo of a sizable, like, number out there that to make them like play first round to like force their hand a little bit. Same with the emissaries. Same with our lovely couple here. Of course, our healers, which are indispensable.
Cards that are not in your collection. You've got that 10-point guy. Do you want to put him in?
I already took him out. I already have a bunch of 10-point. I have like several.
Okay.
So, like, one of them is a healer.
I didn't know.
Too.
That's like, I was just wondering, would it be helpful to put in like the people that have a whole bunch of extra points rather than relying on trying to get a couple of those 3-pointers in order to double it?
I think the play is I think like doing that, and it also eats a turn. You know what it is? Like,
Yeah.
put something out there so that you take your turn.
Yeah,
So
and
it's like a
sometimes it's
three-turn
nice to
play.
put like a lower or like mid-level one out, because that was my strategy I've been using the last few days. Is sometimes I'll bait them, like, oh, if you have a Scorch card, it seems like they play it within the first 1 to 2 turns.
Yeah, and if like it's a 3-turn or 4-turn if I get all 4 of them, but usually like 2 or 3-turn, like a 2-turn the 2-turn 12-point play, or a 3-turn what's its face? It should be doubles again. I think it's like makes. I don't know if it turns at 12. I think 12 each.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then it's 3-turn 36-point play. You know, it's like, and that each turns and makes them play 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
As I like the eating turns, like pushing extra turns. More
yeah. I gotcha. I say go for it then if you're happy with
I like my decoys because it's if we're doing the back and forth spy thing, it's good to have your own decoys so that you can take their spy. Yeah, I want my 3rd decoy. Triss
I
might
was
not be
curious,
useful.
in your all cards, do you have a Gaunter Odim?
Yeah.
In this deck? Okay.
I have Gaunter Odim himself.
So,
and those.
So here's the interesting thing that when I've played the one that's worth 2 points, I don't play with that one because it's not like in the same row. See how like one's archer, one's like the ballistics. It doesn't pull them all out at the same time. So I just put the 4s in my deck, and see, there's 3 of those. So that's one of those. If you have more than one, right, it'll pull it all out.
Yeah.
So if you can land one of those in your deck, then that's an instant 12 points.
Yeah, sure.
It's like if you start with 2 of those in your deck, that's definitely one you can redraw and hope you don't get the 3rd one.
Yeah. That's a good one.
But yeah. Oh my god, I've been doing so much Gwent strategy.
That will definitely be useful. I'll try it with this one though. Definitely be useful in a monster deck or in like a. Yeah, I can see how that's really useful in like a monster deck. Alright, so let's. Alright, we're in this menu. Okay, I forgot. I was about to start the game, but then I realized I wasn't in the. I wasn't in that menu.
Welcome to the pheasantry.
Okay. So,
I know
triple or nothing.
Round of Gwent.
Or probably.
Our sweet shining sun.
Okay. All right, let's play it. Let's duel. It's time to duel. Well, there it is. There you go. And a decoy. Okay. Opponent's turn. It's time to cool. This round is a spy round. Oh, you've passed. Well, you've fallen into my trap. Oh wait, how much? Oh, frack. It's not powerful enough to do to kill it and pull it out again. From her. If I had another spy, I know it was more powerful. Okay. Okay. So. Well, Okay. Alright, well. Simple play. Okay. And fine by me. Okay. Make you play your cards. Okay. Get all your vampires out there. Your crones, okay. Make you burn your crones, okay.
Just keep putting those out there.
Oh, that's fine. Just keep playing your shit.
Because it's like, could pass.
Could.
Right, and then they only have one card left.
And this is all they have.
Okay.
I don't know. Just passed. They went
So
around.
one of their cards will stay out. And then, yeah, now you just get to slaughter them for fun if you want.
Yeah, and then 7 point. Just a simple 7, and then we're good.
Nice. There you go.
Take the dub. Walk away. Take my 100 crowns. Even though I'm down 150. I'm still down 50 to her. So she really came out ahead. I got the last laugh.
Watch it.
Watch it.
Alright, so we need a blacksmith to fix your sword.
Call the blacksmith.
Maybe an armor too. I feel like your armor's probably
alright?
damaged.
You alright there? Oh, yeah. There's,
That's a good hiccup. Oh my gosh, when I was in Skellige, I ran into like some random house, I don't know why, and it was just this single room with this man sobbing. I was like, what did I walk into?
Like, awkward.
And I just stood there with Geralt beside him, and it's funny, it looked like Geralt like was leaned in towards him, like he was looking at him like, bro, can I help? Like, you gonna get past this?
Whoa! A witcher! A serious client at last. Tell me, what do you need? Honeysuckle, Ganesha petals?
Yeah, let me look around.
Show me what you've got in stock.
I'll take a look. Ooh. You have potions of clearance. Okay, I don't need that. Turns all abilities spent developing mutations. That's okay. Dye solution. Solution for mixing dyes. Okay. Flowers.
You can dye your armor.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's cool. Okay.
Yeah. You will start finding dyes, by the way. So.
Yeah.
But you can make them.
That's cool.
Should just require like just herbs and mushrooms and that kind of stuff. Ooh.
Oh, he's got formula for transmutators.
Ooh.
And stuff like that. Oh, okay.
Okay. Okay.
He's an alchemical guy, and he's got Mandrake Cordial, and okay, good to know he's here.
Cool.
He's got good stuff. Okay.
Some good stuff.
Let's talk to him about his business.
How's business?
The coin is good, but just between us, I'm going batty with boredom. I know what my customers want before they open their mouths. Boltmen, birch sap. Ladies of all walks, whatever fragrance Duchess Anarietta prefers at the time. If just once somebody would order some poison, eh?
You know what? Yeah, I see. I understand. Like, you just want something like fun, you know, a little bit of like excitement in your life. You know, somebody orders a secret poison or an elixir, you know, that they're doing something like nefarious or, you know, untowards. You know, it's like the good gossip and fun.
He just wants some excitement in his life, and then, you know, a witcher walks in and is like, yo, bro, you want to play some Gwent? It's just like, hell yeah, this is what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Always time for Gwent.
Because he did, like, it's funny, like, all the NPCs basically have the same reaction when you say, you want to play Gwent? And they just do this, like, closed mouth, very slight smile, very slight nod, like,
yeah.
Okay, yeah, I do.
Ah, so he also plays with a Skellige deck. Okay. Alright, gotta give everyone else.
Yeah.
Spy. And this is, and then that, the combo of, so another good combo is when I get the 7 spy and the 4 spy with the dragon that scorches the.
Oh.
So if I play those 2 spies, that's 2 spy plays. Play the dragon that scorches this guy essentially, or unless he has somebody else, and then I can get him again immediately from his discard pile.
Okay, yeah, and it's like with spies and being able to draw cards, you might draw the Scorch card.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that reminds me, since you have that Gaunter O'Dim.
Yeah.
Oh, and your Geralt and Ciri cards.
Yeah.
Heads up, you might want to play those before playing a spy, if possible, because when you draw cards from your deck, you might have gotten that 3rd Gaunter card. Yeah, Gaunter card. Or it might have just brought in the Roach card.
Yeah.
I had that happen once, and I was like, that was the most useless spy card I ever could have played. Because it just brought in cards that I already had. Like, well, that was just going to get pulled, so.
Yeah. Where did it go?
Oh, no.
Sorry, I just gotta fix audio. I just want to do anything about. I'm not, because you didn't lose audio from the game, did you? Before?
No.
Yeah, it's like a thing on my end where for some reason I can't hear.
I hear it now.
Yeah, I can't hear the game.
But I wonder why.
Alright, well. Resync. I had to turn the mixer off and back on again. We're almost
done. Well, I'm glad you got it figured out.
Like right at the end of the stream. How do we want to? I want to bait this guy. So pull these guys out. Aha! Wow. Essentially did. Saria. Uh-huh. Damn! Damn, that's a hell of a play right there. Holy crap.
Yeah. Holy shit.
So she summons all shield maidens, and then the shield maidens have type bond.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
That's crazy.
And then they're all boosted. They're all double. So I think they're all plus 12. They're all 12.
Oh.
And they're being doubled by Dandelion.
Wow.
Damn.
That's where it's like, do you play like your 3 to try to get them to draw more out?
Let me see. No, I'm totally gonna play. His partner.
Uh-huh.
Why, thank you.
Huh.
Damn, I wish I had my decoy.
Huh.
Yeah, no harm in playing another card, seeing what he'll do.
Ah.
He's passed. Okay.
I figured.
Okay.
Damn.
Okay. I see your game. Okay. You know damn well I'm not gonna. Well. Doubled that 60.
Huh.
I double it 60. Plus 30. Which is not
well, that pulls out Roach as well, so that'll get you to.
Yeah, well,
how many? Is it like 3?
Or, well, let's see. Yeah, so let's see. Yeah, this. Well,
I mean, you're committed at this point.
Yeah, well, Roach. Pot committed.
And it doubles. Doubles
81.
Roach. You need 4 more.
I wish I had a 3 now.
It's like, could you play your 0 healer to bring back?
Yeah, I could. Oh, yeah, I could do that.
1, 2, 3.
Not a bad play. Just to play, one of the Gontours, just to give it. It's not like I don't have any other healer.
Wow,
I have the other healer.
Okay.
And that plays the spy, and I can use that to play the spy that's gonna die. That's gonna go in the discard pile after this round.
Yeah, there you go. Okay. Okay.
And who knows where that can get me. So I'm gonna play that. Play the spy. Okay.
Ooh, Yennefer.
Oh, a healer. Okay, perfect, actually. What I can do is... This will take a turn.
Oh.
Oh, I kind of want it.
Yeah.
You want? You know, huh? Dandelion.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Essentially,
So glad you took that away.
Oh, he has his own bard.
Ah.
That's awesome. It's a siege bard.
Yeah.
Essentially, he's a dandelion before the siege line. This guy's nobody, so he's an easy like throw card I can throw out there. Alright, I think I'm just gonna have to hope for the best in the next round. Alright, this is the last round. Opponent Skellige triggered. Holy shit!
Oh my gosh.
Ah!
What?
And all of our discards to our deck. Which screws me because now I don't have anything in my discard to heal. That actually screwed me. Oh.
Oh.
I mean, I got Roach at least, because Roach is gonna be back in there. There's that. At least there's that. Oh. Actually, yeah. No, I don't have much to play. Oh, there goes Roach. Yeah, nothing much for Dandelion to do, actually. It was actually not the... We shouldn't have gotten him. Should have gotten one of the Shield Maidens. Oh, right. Actually, no. Okay, that worked out. You have another Dandelion? Is that allowed?
Those keep coming from?
Is that legally allowed? No, I'm mathematically screwed. Yeah, I've got a max of 60. Damn. That was a tough loss. Alright. Let's do this.
Welcome back.
We're doing it for high stakes.
In the mood for a round of Gwent?
Double or nothing. Alright. Okay. That guy.
Oh gosh, I just realized what time it is.
Get rid of Roach. Oh yeah, we're gonna finish up this last game. Early Dandelion. Oh yes. Okay, and he didn't play the decoy on the spy, so okay. Perfect. I'm gonna kill the spy.
Oh, nice.
Ooh, the bears.
Yeah, I mean, they're pretty cool.
Bears.
Take your Scorch card and GTFO. Oh, yeah. Wow, that's weird. Why? Would you double your other bar? It's... Huh. Five cards left. In the first round. Okay.
Alright.
Okay.
Alright.
It always seems like the strategy is like if they win the first one and you start to go pretty heavy on the second one, they'll back off and quit kind of early and then save it for the end. But yeah, it's like, do you try to gamify it right and get up to 57?
Maybe. I think I'm gonna play it safe. I did my spy round.
Encounter with your Gaunter Odem of 12 equal points.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair enough. Yeah,
You can't intimidate me.
Your fella back there. Okay.
Aha! Oh, look at that.
There you go. And I don't mind just letting those guys die out there. Alright. And that's the ability. He gets 2 cards that come back from his discard.
Oh.
I'm guessing that's how it works. The only thing I have to revive is those Gaunter Odin Darkness cards. Bring them out. Bring them out. Bring out all the shield maidens.
Yes, yeah.
Bring them out. Bring them out. I'm waiting. Yes, 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 yes.
Coming one at a time. Slow burn.
Because he doesn't have the one that brings them out all at once. If he did, he would have done it already. Alright. Should have done that sooner before I got my all my healers out there. Alright, I'm gonna... Roach! Okay. Play your last shield maiden.
Toussaint.
Oh, you passed.
Oh, okay,
There well, basically this is, yeah, I get to do what I was gonna do, which is there go the shield maidens.
Yeah, because that feels good.
That was my,
I do that.
That was my strategy. My strategery.
Yeah.
Got my money back. And a card. Let's go where the music is. Let's finish up the stream in front of where the music is. And the drunk guy.
Wonderful.
Honestly. How do I do a photo mode? I forget how to do photo mode. It's like a... Oh yeah, both left stick and right stick at the same time. That must have been what happened. I accidentally pressed down on both light sticks, control sticks, analog sticks
Easy
at the same
to
time.
do.
This is photo mode.
Yeah.
Okay, camera up, down.
That guy in front of the stage. He looks like he's seen a Greeble. What?
Okay, so... Wait. What I need... They need show... I wish it'd give me my, my rule of thirds grid. They can, help me compose my shot.
You get the drunk over there pass out. It's
Yeah,
beautiful.
that's what I was trying to do.
Nice. Yes, this is well done. Because the swords, you can't have the swords cover the lady's face back there. I think that's a lady.
Yeah, somebody.
Someone. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you got this guy in front of the stage that looks like he's seen a UFO.
Yeah.
What?
Take a screenshot? Okay, screenshot saved. Okay. There you go. Wait, did time freeze for a moment? What the hell? He's looking at his hand like, wait, I could have sworn time froze for a moment there, and I was like stuck looking in the sky. Oh, God, I have a lot to drink.
This guy, it's like he's a drunk robot, is what he's doing. Like the robot, but like, I'm a little too drunk. Okay.
It's like, alright, well.
Lovely.
They play us out. This band plays us out. That was it for the witching hour for today. Daisy, what's your takeaway as the drunk guy finally walks away?
Found the beast of Toussaint.
Yeah.
I think that's the big takeaway. It kind of started with investigating a murdered body and led to fighting a Shalmar in an arena, and it led to meeting the Duchess and seeing her underpants, fancy
her
underpants,
breeches,
something. Yeah. But yeah, and that led to a whole vampire thing, and met up with your buddy Regis, which is cool. He's from the books, but I haven't gotten to that part yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And now Gwent. It wouldn't be an episode without some Gwent.
Absolutely. And we've got more Gwent games. We're gonna apparently they're getting all these missing cards involved, playing a butt ton of Gwent games. And I'm excited because I've been looking for opponents. I've been looking for worthy opponents. Oh, the guy's woken up. Drunk guy woke up. Oh, what's up? Alright, let me get out of here.
I'm back there shuffling.
Woke up. As you all can't see where we're going. Oh, he's coming by.
Oh. Kind of moonwalking in a way.
Yeah, he's just like, hey, what happened? Yeah. Alright, let me hear.
He's trying to get back behind the stage again. Here he comes.
Okay. Oh, another guy passed out in this place. He's gonna go over there.
Beautiful.
It's like, hey, that's my pass out spot. And now he's the drunk in the front. He's taking over drunk in front of stage duties from the other guy. Alright.
It's looped.
Yes. It's amazing. It's like they all have their designated spots. They're all like, but yeah, thank you all for being with us. Do all things, like, share, subscribe. Until next time, hasta luego.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Annyeong.
Fighting. That